Aquarius, welcome to your December 2022 general tarot reading. What did I get? I got your card. It's Raina here. Two major arcana cards, baby. What's that? Oh, well, there you go. I kind of can think about what that might be. It's so weird, you got the exact same position as Capricorn. You have some of the same cards here. Even though okay, these two came out together, I'm going to pick both of them. The Death card and Three of Pentacles. Okay. I'm just gathering these excess cards here. So, the major arcana cards simply mean that they are like major events or significant things. So the heart of the matter is the Star card. This is Aquarius's card and can speak to hope being restored in your life. When I remember one time I picked this card, and this was before I was doing readings, and I think I was still like referring to books whenever I would pick a card because I didn't know what they really stood for. And I remember it was something like, about restoring healing, and I remember I almost wanted to cry because it felt like I was being acknowledged of having gone through a difficult time. And it felt like such synchronicity to get that card, like such an encouragement. And I think that some of you may have been through a lot. Now, because I got the Ten of Swords as the higher message. Well, you know what? Let's talk about those two cards because it's going to mean something. The past position is the World card. This is about some sort of ending that has been kind of a major chapter in your life closing. An example can be getting a divorce, or that can be a card of graduating. So if maybe you've been in college on the 5-year plan or the 6-year plan, it seems like it was eluding you and you finally are done. And it can feel really great, but then it's bittersweet because it's like, okay, now what? Now I'm in the real world. And now I have to start adulting. What's that going to be like? And for some of you, maybe it's like retirement, and that's a new chapter in your life. And it can feel like really like, I don't want to say like darkness, but the star is like your guidance system. And it's like, okay, now what do I do? I've had this job for 40 years, or I've been in the workforce for 40 years. And now, like, what do I do? I'm not sure what to do now. And what I was going to say is that Pluto is exiting Capricorn in March of 2023, going into your sign. That'll be interesting. But the point being that it was in your 12th house, or it has been in your 12th house. And so I get a feeling that this is kind of what the World card is and what the Ten of Swords, because this is the higher message. And, with this particular deck, they depict the swords with black birds, and it can be like the conflicts in life or the negative thought patterns. So the Ten of Swords, just as a card, can be betrayal, for instance, but it can also be the end of a period of a very difficult time for you. So I feel like I would rather interpret it that way, because I think that's probably going to be more accurate, that you are exiting a difficult period in your life, And now you have the ability to move on and, um, not feel this sense of the dark night of the soul anymore. And you might have been quite transformed by that. A lot of Aquarians, I would say, are very psychic or intuitive, but there's always that scientific bent of the mind. And so some of you might even be or have been atheists, or maybe you didn't believe that there was something more to life. I find it hard to believe that the people watching astrology readings or tarot readings would feel that way, but stranger things have happened. So it could be that you are a transformed person in terms of your spiritual life, and maybe that has made you more optimistic, even that things are going to go your way if you've been through a lot. What crosses you is the Devil card, and when I picked this is associated with Capricorn. When I picked it, I was talking about the pleasures of the flesh and things like that. I don't feel that that is something that I would talk about with Aquarius. With you, I would say more like the way that you think, of not allowing the devil to kind of infiltrate your thoughts. And the devil can come in the form of the world trying to plant doubt in you in some way. I was at a laundromat recently, and somebody said to me, "Do you mind if I turn on the television?" And I said, I think the television is Satan, speaking to us. Satan's mouthpiece. And they still turned on the television, by the way. I didn't convince them. But I actually did a load of laundry tonight. On a Saturday night, I actually did a lot of laundry. And I was just sitting there, doing some online surfing. And this woman came in, and as soon as I got up to put my clothes in the dryer, she just because I was sitting right by where the television is, and she went over there and she clicked it on. And I'm like, oh crap, because I didn't want to hear that crap. And then she left for a minute, and I turned it off, and then she came back and she turned it back on. So I was like, So anyway, what's coming in is the Six of Pentacles, and this is a card of give and take, financial, energy exchange, perhaps, like getting what you are worth. You're putting in your effort, like if you're putting in energy at work, and you're getting it back in terms of being compensated fairly. Obviously I'm talking about financial compensation. And so, maybe the World card is that you are no longer working someplace. This is something that would have happened already. So if it's something along those lines, it's suggesting that you might get what you deserve financially, finally. If you've been working somewhere and you put so much energy and it seems like you don't make enough money. But the other thing too is, if there has been any kind of inheritance issue, the Devil card can be, greed that has taken over. And the Six of Pentacles, oh, you know what? The Six of Pentacles is an inheritance card. I forgot about that. I was just thinking of, giving to others. And sometimes it can be that, let's say you were the one who was favored. If you had a narcissistic parent, I often interpret the Devil card as a narcissist. And that person can wreak havoc on the family unit. And, especially with siblings, where it can kind of like tear siblings apart. And you end up not speaking to them because of that parent favoring one over the other. So you may be the one who was the golden child, they call it, and you're giving to others because you know that they were unfairly, what do you want to call it? Like they were unfairly mistreated, or they were, yeah, whatever, like that. But it might work both ways. If you were the one that was the outcast, that you're given fair compensation from them. The outcome, one of these cards is the Death card. Actually, the World card can be, oh no, the Judgment card is Rebirth. Yeah, the World card is about tying up loose ends and ending a cycle. The Death card is also about something being truly over. And yes, I mean, it could be about physical death, but this is something I feel that has already happened. And this is the aftermath of that. And really, what the Death card would mean in that case is the rebirth, is that now you can live differently. And I picked an additional card, the Three of Pentacles. Interesting that they use a stoplight as a symbol for the Three of Pentacles, because I mean, I don't really know exactly what they mean, but the Three of Pentacles, you see the people, there's three people there. It can indicate teamwork. So if you are going into a new job where, it's not everyone for themselves, and this is right up your alley, Aquarius, because you really do love the collaborative type of environment, and the environment that features the collective and not one person who is kind of running the show, more of a democratic system. Also, this can be a card of financial gain. So the Six of Pentacles and the Three of Pentacles can be good for money. And maybe you had to go through an ending to get to this rebirth. All right, that's what I have for you, Aquarius. I hope that this resonated. Sorry about being late, but it is what it is. If you would like a private reading, the link is below. Take care. Bye.